Well, greetings everybody. This is RES2484 and welcome to part 14 of American Truck Simulator. Yes folks, I'm officially back after the horrible Storm Harvey that has devastated the Texas coastal region. So, I know there's, for all the people that are wondering about my status, I am good and I'll be talking about that. And of course, there's going to be a lot of things we're going to be talking about. There's a lot of stuff that's been going on. So, without further ado, I am not going to be wasting much of my time here. So, let's go ahead and, I guess this is where we last left off here. So, we're going to go ahead and just turn around here. So, we got to go pick up our cargo. So, today's cargo is, gonna be it's gonna be a heavy cargo. It's gonna be a milling machine. It's gonna be about 97,000 pounds. So, let's go get it. So. Go ahead and put cruise control on here so I can talk. So, alright folks, it's, you know what, I looked at my past part that I did for this, part 13 of this, and I saw it's been about a month ago since my last post, and yeah guys, a lot of things have been going on. I mean, probably the biggest thing I'll be talking about today is my experience with Hurricane Harvey. As y'all know, Hurricane Harvey hit the Texas coast on Friday, September 26th of this year, and today is what is it? I'm sorry, it's August. Did I say August 28th? I think I did. I could have said September, but it was actually August 26th of 2017 when Hurricane Harvey made landfall on the Texas coast in between Corpus Christi, Texas and Rockport, Texas, which is a few miles northeast. It was a very devastating storm. It was considered a category, when it was first out in the tropics, it was considered a category 5 storm at records wind speeds of 185 miles an hour with wind gusts up to 220 miles an hour. So just imagine the magnitude of those particular storms. It's crazy to think about, isn't it? Whoops. I'm trying to get back accustomed to driving this thing. So a little bit of new driving at first here, but so yeah, there's that. So yeah, wind gusts of 220 miles an hour. It pretty much, it wasn't a direct hit onto Puerto Rico, but it did some very bad damage, and so it is a very devastating storm. And I'm going in the wrong way, aren't I? Well, shit. I guess it really doesn't matter, does it? Well, shit, I thought you're supposed to go in. Oh, okay. Well, you're supposed to go in that way. I went in the back way. Oh, well. This is what we're going to do. We're just going to go ahead and just back it in here. So I don't have to do this weird stuff. That's my error. I thought there's 2 entrances to this place. Alright. Oh, that's my bad. There we go. Okay, so this is where we're going to be hauling. It's a milling machine. It's 97,000 pounds, so it is a heavy cargo. So This is something I've not. We've done some heavy cargoes before, but not particularly this one. I don't remember what that last one was that we got, but all right. So I believe, if I remember right, I have advanced coupling on, so this thing is going to have to be. So let me pause my story for a moment here until. See if I can line this up perfectly. Hold on. No, that's not how you do it. Oh, well, maybe it's not on. Okay, that's fine. Okay, another thing we need to do here is this only will take a second. Okay, it's already in high power mode. Excellent. Because, yeah, you're going to need high power in order to do this, because this is a very heavy cargo, so just kind of give you an idea what this is. So yeah, it's a milling machine. That thing is huge, alright? Okay, so alright. Alright. Let's get this out. Let's just get this on the road, shall we? Have to be very careful about this. Hopefully they'll stop. Yeah, we had to go on a bit of a dare there. Because I would have been stuck there if traffic was coming, and yeah, even though the AI will stop after a time, it just, gonna have to watch this one because this one's very long. So you're gonna have to, we're gonna take turns So I'll probably be limiting my speed to about 55 on heavy hauls, because I don't want to be going too fast with this. So we're just gonna have to be take up some of this lane. The top speed here is 70, but I'm see, this is what I'm going to have to do, is I'm having to take up most of the lane here, because I do not want these people to pass me. Not necessarily because I'm being a dick, I'm just, don't want to be hitting this wall here. This is very, very expensive equipment, I'm sure, so. There we go, that's better. So I feel like I can only go safely about 55 miles an hour with this cargo. It's very heavy. So, I've seen a lot of trucks, especially with the oversized cargo. Some of the people that are not, that don't really seem to take this seriously. They tend to try to go highway speed with heavy cargo. It's not really a wise idea. At least I don't think so, because this is very expensive equipment, and it's very heavy, so if you tip it over, you're going to need some sort of carrier, a crane or something of some sort to get this. I'm going up here very slowly, because I got to kind of look left and right here, because I had to make a very wide-ass turn here. It looks like I'm about at a half a tank, so I'm probably going to have to go and stop and get fuel here. But, so, getting back to Harvey, I know I'm all over the place still, but, getting back to Harvey, my experience is I, in the area of Houston where I live, is mostly, we got, wind and, mainly just got a whole bunch of rain, pretty much. There were some high winds, but, nothing compared to what, what Corpus Christi and Rockport experienced. It wasn't 185 mile an hour winds. It died down to, I think, about 130, 125 mile an hour winds. It's still very devastating, but yeah, I mean, it was. I tell you, folks, that's something that I've never experienced before. I was like, you see about this stuff on TV, and you say, oh, that's horrible. All the devastation, and all that stuff, and you just don't see it until it really affects you in some way. I mean, my apartment where I was, it was spared, but the thing that really has traumatized me about this whole thing is the fact that a lot of the businesses and a lot of places that I frequent the most were highly affected by it. Like, there's an area just about an exit down Highway 249, which is a highway that goes right by me. It was under, parts of it were under 94 feet of water. So, to give you kind of a better example of what that is, imagine a 3-story apartment building where you live. Just imagine that thing. The water being so high, it actually leaves debris on the rooftop of a 3-story building. That's how high it was. So, even the people on the third floors of some of those apartment buildings over there were completely flooded out. So, that's just how catastrophic it was. There were like thousands of people that were displaced among this. And as for me, it started raining Thursday night. We got the first bands that Thursday night, the 25th of August. The 26th is when Harvey made landfall. And, and of course it brought its wind, its flooding rains. I mean, not only is this probably the absolute worst, flooding event in Houston history. I mean, it's considered what is called a 1,000-year flood. Like, a flood like this, only really happens once every 1,000 years. Something at this magnitude. And it was, I'd have to say, good, I got cruise control. Excellent. Because we're not going above 55. So, besides, this is far, that's just as much as we can go right now. So, but yeah, so it was horrible. So, how much rain fell? Well, over 9 trillion gallons of water had fallen on the Houston area. And, yeah, I know, crazy, right? And, by the way, this is a new intersection. I have not experienced this one before. So, yeah, unfortunately, that caught me off guard. I was too busy talking to you about Harvey. But anyway, so yeah, 9 trillion. To give you an example of how much water that is, imagine the Great Lakes in the north part of the United States. That's enough water to fill it up twice. So I guess it holds about 4.5 billion gallons of water. So yeah, it's that's a lot. So yeah, that's a lot of water. Now, a lot of problems with Houston is, like, Houston is a gigantic floodplain. So, just imagine, like, this time, like, around April 18th last year, in 2016, we had some record floods. It only really affected certain parts of the Houston area. So most of the Houston area was fine, but there's some low-lying areas that got, some horrible flooding. Even one of my coworkers was displaced because one of the areas, which is kind of a rough part of North Houston, which is called Greenspoint, was devastated last year, and of course it was even worse this year. Not only then, but the area around me was devastated. Not my apartment complex. My apartment complex was spared, but you couldn't go anywhere. Everywhere you turned, it was flooded. It was a river. So I was stuck in my apartment for, I'd say, at least from Saturday, probably for about 4 days. It was so bad that I could not get out. And I lost internet and cable on that Sunday night, which I believe was the 28th. Yeah, it was the 28th of August. And so it was horrible. I mean, and then once Harvey finally left, over thousands of homes were already, a lot of them were, destroyed. People, were finally able to start going back to their homes come Wednesday morning when the water started receding. And it just, I watched the news and I'm just horrified, just horrified. It just broke my heart, I was reading on Facebook, one of my brother's friends who lives over there in the Deer Park area, which is, it's on the east side of Houston, for those of you who do not know the Houston area very well. So he was talking about, because he was out there, helping, people clean out their homes and stuff. And I helped one of my mother's friends clean out her house as well. He was over there and helping his church, at a shelter, and he was given the task of taking these people home because their neighborhoods are now accessible. And the man is a man and his wife, and the man went into his house, and of course he just opened the door and he just started bursting into tears, y'all, because his house was, everything was ruined. And what was very sad about all this was that their dog had passed away. It had drowned, and it was lying dead by the front door of their house. So it was. I just had to say that's probably one of the most devastating stories I've heard. And yeah, a lot of pets, and and we've had a few people that lose their lives. We had a police officer that drove into 16 feet of floodwaters and was drowned, and lost his life. And they had a funeral procession for him last week, and it's sad that somebody would sacrifice their life for what they do. I mean, he was a police veteran of 34 years. I forgot his name. I mean, I apologize to the families watching, but or if they know him, but man, my deepest condolences to the families. That's horrible. I mean, I just, there's not really much to say there. There's a lot of pain, there's a lot of stuff that we had to rebuild, not just physical, really not just physical, stuff like houses and stuff, but there's a lot of lives that are crippled because of this, it's going to be mentally traumatic, and it's going to take months, even years, for people to, try to get back to their normal lives. If they've lost a loved one because of the floods, it's going to be even harder for them. So, and one of the So one of the cool things that I found out. Oh, I'm fixing to run out of gas. I am totally not paying attention to it. So hopefully we'll be able to find some fuel somewhere. There's just a lot of heartache. There's a lot of suffering and stuff right now. A lot of pain. And we as a city, as a nation, we have to come together and we have to, have these people rebuild. We have to do our part. Donate food, clothes, money, whatever possible. Because a couple of my coworkers have been displaced because of this. They lost everything. So this storm has affected me as well. It's my heart is breaking for my coworkers right now because they lost everything that they had. And FEMA is really slow about getting assistance, and the Red Cross is slow. And I'm just saying this. I mean, I know they're doing the best they can, but still, my heart breaks for them. I just really don't know, what else to say about it. It's so heartbreaking. So I just can't believe something like that would happen. It was just absolutely horrible. Let me take a few sips of my coffee. Hold on. There we go. That's better. Oh, that's my horn. You can just see the sheer weight of this thing. I know it's the middle of the night. You really cannot see, but... So literally, my accelerator's all the way down. This is all I can do, folks. Yeah, it's extremely heavy. I really hope I don't run out of gas. But at least I hope not. I don't know what my DTE is. I think it is 250 something. So I think we're okay, but we're gonna still have to stop and get fuel. I have no idea what my hazards are. So yeah, I mean it's I was out for a week, like that Saturday. I just called into work because I didn't feel comfortable going in because I knew I was going to get stranded there. So, also I wasn't really feeling well either. So, I was having some, I think I had a bit of a stomach virus or something. But, we are slowly making it up this hill, but it is not easy, folks. My truck is taking a huge beating here. So, I am gonna have to stop and get fuel somewhere. Hopefully there's a gas station nearby. Alright, yeah, we are back in business, folks. Luckily my low fuel light has not come on, so I think we're okay, but yeah, I know my brakes are taking a freaking beating right now, so let me look at something real quick and see. Okay, yeah, there is a fuel station coming up, so alright, I'm not worried. Okay. Yeah, we're good. So I was gonna get off of this exit here and get gas, but I got such a long cargo, it'll be hard for me to get in that gas station. So I think that's not really worth it. So, all right. So now we talked about Harvey. Now let's talk about after Harvey. Well, I was off work for about a week, so I could not really go anywhere or do anything. So once Tuesday came, well, I think it's more like Wednesday next week. You know, my mother and I got out and we looked around, and you know, still a lot of places that were closed. So, you know, but the water had receded very fast in our area. You know, so we were very fortunate. So I was really happy about that. You know, there's some businesses were able to reopen. So some still are closed because they were completely flooded out. So, and something that my mother pointed out about that is that even though that the restaurants have done renovations and stuff, they cannot open without the without a health inspector checking everything before they're able to reopen. So, hopefully we did not pass that. I don't think we have. So I really need gas. Speaking of running out of fuel, excellent timing. What does that say? I could not read what that said, so. Yeah. This resolution's not that great, so you really can't see much, but oh, this is downhill probably. What are we doing back there? We're doing pretty good. Truck Works, Total Truck Care. Huh. I never saw that. Oh, that's what that is. Oh, okay. Here's a gas station coming up. So go ahead and take this off cruise. Alright, let's get some gas. Yeah, I forgot that this truck had a bit of a small tank. Alright, let's get going. Yeah, that noise, that warning signal, my brake pressure, my air pressure's low. So, there it goes. It got low because I was using my brakes really heavily. Alright folks, we are good on gas now, so okay, folks, let's see where we are right now. So we're in Reno, Nevada, so kind of an idea. So we're going to Elko. I think this is a good place we're going to stop it. So I've decided that I'm not really going to... I know my videos have been really long, anywhere from 40 minutes to an hour, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and split the video here, and then I will we'll continue where I left off next episode. So... and don't worry about it. The next episode will be uploaded right after this one. So, I will be right back, folks.